Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey, with some brand new yarn. Look at this yarn. I just ordered this in for a project that I may or may not have already started. Okay, I started it. I absolutely started it, and yeah, it's going quite well. And I'm about to show it to you, but I'm trying to figure out where I put crochet hooks over there. So I'm doing yet another hexie cardigan. This one is a request. This one was specifically asked if I would make this for someone in particular who may or may not be a fan of the channel. So I've heard, but you know, who knows. But so far, my first skein is almost totally done. The blues are so pretty. The stitching's coming out gorgeous. And I'm excited to share this one with you. So let's get crocheting. All right, we're just going to change up our view here. So let's talk about the yarn I chose. So I went on Mary Maxim after looking around on Michaels and a whole bunch of other websites because I didn't have time to go anywhere. Love the center pull, by the way. These ones have really, really come up with their center pull really nicely. So I got the Big Twist and this blue ombre. It has 269 yards or 246 meters. So I figured almost 250 is just under 500 for a 9-year-old because this is being made for a child. Keep that in mind. I think 2 and 2 should do it with a bit of my Big Twist in the big in just the plain white to trim it. So that should really make it look good. This is a medium 4. It suggests a 5mm hook, knitting needles, or a 5mm hook. I tried the 5mm and I found it to be a little bit tight, so we went with a 5.5. I tried 6, 6.5, tried a 7, nothing worked. The holes were too big because she wants it fairly close, but still granny-ish. So my daughter says this looks good because she knows what her friend wants. And one of my favorite things to find out is everything is in the same dye lot. We all have the same dye lot. I'm so excited. And it's called Blue Ombre. And so far, it has been really nice to work with. This is one day's worth of work and a little bit this morning while I was drinking my coffee. So really, that is not bad. It works up nice and fast. I'm going to put that on. And I'm going to grab my ring because it feels like a bit of a ring day. And we're just going to continue making a hexie cardigan. So I'm going to put the two balls together, and then I'm going to make a trim around it with the white. I believe she wants cuffs, but I'm going to double check that. And something about a very special button she wants attached to it. So when we're closer to the end, I will ask for the button to be presented so I may make a nice spot for it to sit and give the young lady what she's looking for. So if she's watching, this is for you. You know, very likely you'll know who I'm talking to if it's for you. And hopefully the colors are exactly what you were hoping for, because we did look through quite a bit of yarn to find a really nice softer blue over a light crazy blue. Because sometimes the blues just don't work, and I feel like this one would probably, from what I understand, suit her well. I got my daughter's A-OK on it. She knows the young lady very well. One of her favorite people, so why not? I do like making a nice hexie cardigan, and for this yarn, I'm always down for that. There you go. I feel like I'm going to be making a couple for small people because I feel like there's another friend that is being left out because I've made 2 items for this person and another person has gotten none. So I will figure that out pretty soon. I don't want anyone feeling like I was ignoring them or disregarding them. Not in the least. Not in the least. The colors I need for another Hexicardigan are going to be ordered fairly soon. Probably going to wait for a sale because, I have some colors, but I don't think I have the colors that the person likes best. So I may have to do some sourcing, which is fine. By the time I'm done sourcing, I will be long done this one and hopefully through a bit more of my other ones. So I went to go find all of my second halves, like for my dress, the other cake for it. Oh boy, I thought I'd lost my cakes. Could not remember where I put them. I only put them away like a month or so ago. But sometimes that kind of stuff just leaves your head. Your head's like, yeah, forget it. Who cares? You don't need to know where your items are. And yeah, that's always fun. I have a cute little passwords book now for all my internet passwords. I don't really need an address book per se. I need a password book. I don't remember my passwords and I change them quite often. And quite often I end up with everybody else's important passwords. So I'm just making this tiny little cute book. I've only gotten a couple things transferred into it from my big binder. But then it's just a small book compared to this giant binder I have, which I would like to use for other applications. Oh gosh. The very end of the skein has decided to twist around itself because I let it be wild. That's on me. That's okay though. It's not a massive tangle or anything. Unlike my other hexagon cardigan with the shinies in it. That one has really given it to me this last fall so bad. So I think the next skein is going to be completely checked before I even attach it because I'm not sure if, with that one, I think each side is getting another ball to make the arms wider and longer, but I don't think I'm using a full ball. So I've kind of stalled there. I wanted the 2 sides started and then I will figure out where I'm going from there because I do want that one to be long. This one is going to be not as long as anything else I'm making. All right, we're ready to attach a skein to a skein. So beautiful center pole. These 2 colors look like they are about to match up, so they probably were together because this one wasn't in the bag with the other 2. It was just out on its own because I ordered 4, and apparently they put them in bags of 3. So I thought that was a little different, but I like my even numbers, and they like their odd numbers. Who am I to judge? Okay, that's looking really nice and tight. Now we're gonna just twist a little because I don't mind a knot. I just like the ends to be twisted in as much as I can. See, because this one's not twisting enough. There we go. I'm gonna give it that. I'm gonna pull that with my hook. And then I'm gonna go down like this. And hopefully keep, I want you to go through here again with this end, so maybe I can bury you deep in the stitch. There we go. So if a little bit sticks out, it's not so bad because that can be trimmed later or glued in, whatever I decide it needs to be done. I know that knot's going to stay very nicely. They're very strong knots. Being there has never been spots that come undone for me. It's always weird spots, like usually gets caught on something and it loosens a stitch. That has happened to me a couple times with my green and purple one. That's what happened. I got caught on something, and that's what started the first tear. And being that it's only two threads, it's very, very, very light, very, very, very easy to tear. And that's what happened. Alrighty. So I'm feeling like two on each side should be just the best for sizing for someone tiny. They'll get that cush because it is very cushy. And this 5.5 has made it so there is a drape because that was the other issue. The 5 made it so it was not draping. It was stiff. And I don't know about you, but I don't like my clothes to be stiff. I like things, especially comfy, oversized stuff. I want them to be comfy and oversized. So she chose to go with the granny square. I did offer to do a virus or a fan stitch, but she really likes the granny because it's what my daughter wears, who is a big granny fan. She loves her granny stitch and the V stitch. My older daughter, she really likes the V stitch. And yeah, so this is what we're doing. And it's coming up so fast and so pretty. I do understand why everybody wants to work with thicker yarns, but I have a thing about some of these thinner ones for hotter weather. I can find cold weather clothing. That I can find, right? No problem. They make lots of big cushy stuff for bigger people. Not that I'm tall, I'm just a little bit on the round side, which I'm totally fine with. I've had 3 kids, and if I expect my body to be super thin and muscular, I have to work for it. So I'm in the process of being active, being that I work all the time and I'm always on my feet and always running around. And after that, I'm good. I don't want to go to the gym. I'm too tired. I have too many other things to do. So I just get my activity done while I'm working. Then on the weekends, I pace myself a lot slower. So I take breaks. Like yesterday, I cleaned a lot of the house because today's Sunday in my world. And I cleaned my house and I kept taking crochet breaks. I'd go do 2 rows every hour or so. So that's how I got through the whole skein in one day because it does move super quick. I can see this being done probably by next week if I really worked on it, like took it to work and worked on it in my spare time. And this one I can work on in semi-darkness, which really helps out because then I don't have to worry about keeping the kids up because I feel like crocheting a little bit longer. And it's just such pretty yarn. It is. I really like this colorway. It's super pretty. It does split a little if I'm not careful. A few times I've gotten almost caught, but I've been able to catch it even in the dark. So I think I'm keeping my stitches pretty darn nice. The outside has really nice stitch definition, which is something I find I'm really all about. I like my stitches to be very crisp, and I think these ones are coming out so nice. Okay, so yeah, about my stitch definitions. I really like how it's coming up. It's very, very nice. I love how it's playing out with the dark and the light and the way it's going back and forth. I really like that because, of course, that is the beginning and it really does look quite nice. So I'm so far very happy with how this project is going. Let's just hope it continues that way because I'm just going to put the two together, and if I have to add white to build it up a bit more, then I will. But I don't think I'm going to have to. I think this is going to be very oversized, and I think Shitty will have a few years to wear it, which will be even better. But yeah, I got this on a pretty good deal. They were selling these guys for about 5 each, so I spent 20 and some change on getting it out to me. So that was a good deal, and I'm pretty happy about that because I get a whole sweater out of it. Well, yeah, I'll have to dig into some of my others yarns, but that's why I got the big white and the big black because I use them a lot, usually as, balancers or framing colors. So I wanted some big ones, not small ones. That way I know I have lots and lots to work with. I mean, how can you go wrong when you have lots to work with? I'd rather have a little bit too much than not having enough. Yeah, oversized. I'd rather have oversized over undersized, that's for sure. Don't want my clothes to be too small. Don't want my sleeves to be a bit short. Don't want it so I can't do it up or close it because I'm chilly. I'll wrap myself in my warm sweater. Can't go wrong with that. That is a fabulous feeling when you snuggle up in a warm, cozy sweater when you're cold. Love that. And I know everybody knows what I'm talking about. You get that cuddle in there, and you're just, woof. I love my sweater. Yeah, summer clothes for girls who are kind of curvy, a little trickier. Winter clothes for girls who are curvy, so much easier to find. Because, of course, oversized. You can go oversized, no problem. But when it comes to summer stuff, yeah, it's a little tricky because, I mean, you're going to be warm, you're going to be uncomfortable, and yeah, it can get quite kind of pricey getting something nice. I mean, I have some dresses that were nice. A couple of them I've had a few years, a couple of them I was pregnant, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not the most graceful when I'm pregnant. So these dresses are covered in food stains. Like I could not get these food stains out. I dropped on them constantly because I was so hungry all the time. Yeah, I was a bit of an animal. So these dresses are kind of past the prime, and I'm looking at they don't fit me the right way. Like I forced my pregnant self to wear smaller people clothing quite often, and some of them did not quite make it through to the other side, which is what they're meant to do. You're supposed to wear them, blah blah blah. I wasn't saving them because they were special or anything like that. They just are worn out. So I'm looking at making this beautiful dress to get something that I really, really want rather than what's there and I just choose what's available. Anyhow, we're going to do a little fold over and we're going to check out the size here. How big are we now? Quite big, I'm assuming. But before I do that, I should probably put my stitch marker in because I'm trying to fold it while holding this giant hook with this ring on. And I'm going to end up scratching my hook, and then I'm going to be so disappointed in myself. Okay. Yeah, that's getting good. That's getting good size, good size. Anyhow, thank you for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye.